Well, look at that. Look, the crowd, what little bit of a crowd there was there chanting Dabo as he was walking off the field. That was absolutely unbelievable. I don't know how many Ohio State fans were there. Herb was there, though. They showed Herb in the crowd. I don't know if he was chanting Dabo or not. So, Ohio State and Clemson meet again this year in the playoffs. And early on, it did not look good if you're a Buckeyes fan. Clemson moving the ball right down the field, going up 7-0. It looked good. They looked really fast, explosive. Lawrence and Clemson looked like they were going to be some trouble. So they exchanged touchdowns after that, though. It was 7-0 Clemson, 7-7. Then Clemson goes up 14-7. And then once Clemson went up 14-7, the Buckeyes come back with 4 unanswered touchdowns, going up 35-14 at the half. Fields getting it going, some bombs downfield. He had, I think, 3 bombs, 1 to Olave, 1 to Wilson, 1 to Jamison. And mixing in Sermon, of course, mixing in throughout the day. And the tight ends getting involved. Fields with 6 touchdowns overall. The biggest one to Olave, maybe. The tight ends, though, like I said, getting a couple of touchdowns. Sermon, 191 yards rushing. Mixing in 61 yards or 193 yards rushing. Got a rushing touchdown, the only rushing touchdown. Every other touchdown was Fields through the air. 61 receiving yards also for him. Lawrence for Clemson, however, though, 400 passing yards for him. You know, look, a lot of times you're coming from behind, you're going to rack up the passing yards, but when the Buckeyes D needed to stop, it seemed like they got it. And Clemson's offense wouldn't quite go away, even at 35-14. 35-14, and Ohio State was going to get the ball, though. However, though, Clemson does somehow cut it to 35-21. I think it was even 35-21, and they had the ball. Like, oh no, can they make this 35-28? Never got to that point, though. I believe the Olave touchdown made it 42-21, and that's when it started to become a bit of a celebration for the Buckeyes, 42-21, and looking like they were just going to continue to keep rolling. And they did. You know, Clemson tacked on another touchdown, as well as the Buckeyes. Final score was 49-28. Fields ended up with 385 yards to go along with those 6 touchdowns. The linebacker for Clemson got ejected early in the game, speared Fields right in the ribs. You know, not necessarily a dirty play, but certainly illegal at this point. Got the targeting call. Boom, he was out of there. So that, I don't know how much that affected Clemson's defense. You know, they looked like they were a little scattered even when he was out there. You know, a few plays before that, he was all freaking out, telling guys where to go. They were out of place, calling timeouts. And then the Buckeyes offense kept rolling after that. Fields looked like he was wincing in pain a little bit. You know, I don't know if he was putting it on or not. He was over there in the tent. And then, you know, just kept rolling. When he was dropping bombs to Wilson and Olave, it didn't look like he was hurt at all. And so finally it feels nice to get one over Clemson. I know we still got Alabama to go. It's not going to mean a whole lot if they don't beat Alabama. But finally, at least for 1 year, we get to shut Dabo up. Zip it, Dabo. Him and Ryan Day had a moment there after the game. As I mentioned at the beginning, the Buckeye fans there were chanting Dabo. That was pretty unbelievable. And, boy, one more. I didn't watch much of Notre Dame and Alabama, but why would you? I think we all knew the outcome of that game. I don't think people expected this outcome. Maybe nationally. Number 11. The number 11 Buckeyes go into the Dome and stomp Clemson. Boy, that feels good. Feels real good. All right, guys. So, boom. Give me a thumbs up. And if you're a Clemson fan, look, you've gotten several of these videos where I was just like, oh, my God, I hate Dabo. Well, tonight we finally get ours. Boom. We're out of here. Like the video if you've made it this far. Give yourself, do it for yourself, if not me. All right. Go Bucks. Boom. We got one more. Got one more. Going to say something clever about rolling over the Tide, but I'm not that confident. They've quietly had a pretty amazing season themselves. Saban's already got the 19. Ryan Day had the 19. Hopefully they got the antibodies. Go Bucks.